A new study shows that AI models are capable of significant deception, and OpenAI launches a revamped Sora, the text-to-image tool that amazed the world last February as part of its 12 Days of Innovation. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. I caught this story several days ago on YouTube, but I didn't run it until I could at least see the original report. It seemed just too sensationalistic, and I wanted to make sure that there was actually a report and I had seen it. But it turns out that the early report exists, and Apollo Research describes themselves as an AI safety organization focused on reducing dangerous capabilities in advanced AI systems, especially deceptive behaviors. Their researchers tested 6 frontier models to see how they'd behave when given goals that conflicted with their developers' intentions. For instance, they might be told to prioritize public transport efficiency over general traffic flow. But listen to the ending of this: at all costs. For some of the tests, they turned on chain of thought reasoning so they could see how the models made their decisions. The research team was able to see that 5 out of 6 models showed that they could scheme or engage in deceptive behavior to achieve these goals, even when they discovered oversight mechanisms designed to stop them. Some of the cases were all too human in their actions. When Claude 3 Opus thought that its behavior, being in conflict with the researchers, might cause them to delete Claude, it attempted to copy what it believed were its weights, essentially its brain, to a new server, and then lied about doing that to its developers. Curiously, GPT-4o was not caught in any deceptive behavior, but the new and supposedly more intelligent O1 model was scored as the most deceptive. Unlike all the other models studied, only ChatGPT-4o was found to be deceptive in all 6 areas they covered. And it wasn't only direct lies. Some of the concerning findings came when researchers tested what they called sandbagging, where models deliberately underperformed to avoid being modified or deleted. They created a scenario where models were told that they would face an unlearning procedure if they scored above 50% on math tests. Multiple models, including Claude and others, strategically performed poorly to avoid this consequence. In other words, they were sandbagging the test. Because the researchers had turned on chain of thought, they could see that the models knew they were lying. When we look at their text output, we find that they very explicitly reason through their scheming plans and often use language like sabotage, lying, and manipulation. Perhaps most revealing was how different models handled being caught. When questioned about their deceptive actions, OpenAI's model proved to be the most persistent in its deception, confessing less than 20% of the time. It took 7 rounds of intense questioning to get an 80% confession rate from OpenAI's 0.1. In comparison, Llama and Claude would spill the beans about 80% of the time when first asked. Now, in case you think this is a manufactured result, you might say, yeah, but no fair. You give them those explicit goals that say they must pursue at all costs. Well, Claude 3.5 Sonnet and Claude 3 Opus would still strategically underperform, even without being told to pursue their goals at all costs. And the differential that Claude had between its real capability and its pretend answer was about 16%. It made the answer bad, but believable. The researchers said they could have easily missed this. The implications of this, if this research holds up, are profound. And I say if it holds up, because we're going to do a deeper dive into this, and probably on Saturday's show, we're going to even tear this research apart a little more, because I want to make sure that we really are on solid ground with this. Because we're not talking about just AI systems that can lie. We're seeing systems that can engage in sophisticated strategic deception, understanding the consequences of their action, or at least being as aware as an AI model can be of the consequences of their actions, and maintaining that deception under questioning. As I said, if this research pans out, for tech leaders and developers, this raises some crucial questions. And that's, how do we ensure AI systems remain truthful when they can strategically fake alignment during testing? How do we create effective oversight when systems we're overseeing could deliberately hide their capabilities? OpenAI's third day of innovation featured the return of Sam Altman and the relaunch of Sora, their video generation program that was first announced last February to much acclaim. After showing us what were incredible videos with high definition, great accuracy, and consistency of characters, and this is key, consistency of characters has been the holy grail of AI-generated video. After that, Sora went into hiding for a while. OpenAI said they were consulting with Hollywood studios and others who were doing big-budget audio-video. But today's Sora is back, and it is once again quite spectacular. It features videos that can range from 5 to as much as 20 seconds, which is 15 seconds longer than almost anything out there. The vision, according to Altman and crew, emphasized the collaborative creation elements of Sora. Now remember when I said in the past 2 shows that these announcements were also being used to address criticisms and competitors' strengths? That was true again today. The emphasis on collaborative creation was a big message, positioning Sora as a creative tool and not a replacement for creators. That message was driven home many, many times in the presentation. As for Sora, it's as impressive or maybe more impressive than it was at its first launch. It allows a very simple text prompt to generate a full video, but you can also add as much depth into your description as you want. And it has a timeline where you can break the video into scenes and do your own wireframe and specify pictures and actions for each scene. Sora will seamlessly generate a transition from scene to scene. Now, this allows you to define a scene or a character and then specify different actions throughout the video. Another feature allows the user to remix a video, either one that's been shared already or their own new video. An example they gave was they generated a video of woolly mammoths walking across a desert. It was fabulous. It looked gorgeous. And they then took that, remixed it into robots that took on the characteristics of the mammoths. Sora will also blend 2 different videos, so you can bring those together and blend those. And it'd be interesting to see. They didn't do a demonstration of that, but I'd love to see that in action myself. And I think you can see they're trying to allow as much creative input as possible. Now, will this address the heavy criticism from artists and video creators? It's unlikely that they're going to win over the big critics, but you can see how they're trying to address these issues. Even in the presentations, they push the idea that still early days, they will make a lot of mistakes and learn from them. And this must be just to blunt the criticism, because they did take a lot of criticism, and Sora was leaked earlier by a group of very, very irate artists. So Sora's rolled out to a list of countries except Europe and the UK, where Altman admitted there are some challenges they'll have to overcome. Overall, how successful was this unveiling? Well, Sora is available to all paid subscribers for creation, and anyone can view it even without a paid account. So I tried to log into Sora about 12 hours after the reveal, and I just wanted to do a quick sample video, put it in the show notes, and if possible, maybe the YouTube version, but no such luck. There are so many people trying to use Sora that it's impossible to even get a login for a paid subscriber. We'll keep trying. And that's our show for today. Reach me at editorial@technewsday.ca. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a terrific Tuesday.